Hey guys, Dan here, and today I'm going to review for you the P-Bandai RGM 79SC, the GM Sniper Custom. This is a mobile suit from Gundam The Origin, and it was provided to me by JoJo's Hobby and Stuff, which is a shop that I work with rather frequently. And I will have a link in the description, so at the end of this video, if you want to go over there and take a look at this kit or anything else, you can, and you can get 10% off with my code in the description. So let's start off really quickly. The GM Sniper Custom was released in 2018. It has a recommended MSRP of 1900 yen, or about $19-20 US. Being a P-Bandai kit, it may or may not still be in stock this year, but the good news is a lot of the components in this kit, in terms of the overall design, are also present in the GM Guard type, or Guard Custom, which is a regular release kit that you can probably pick up at any time. So as we can see, this kit is packaged in kind of the typical high-grade P-Bandai box, so just a photoshopped image of the GM on the cover. Pretty basic, pretty basic artwork in either side, and then just the name on this side, the name on that side with the barcodes, so all very, very simplistic. In the same vein, we also have a very basic instruction manual, black and white. We only get these two photos of the kit really, and this is just to give us a bit of a guideline for actually decaling this guy up. So let's actually take a look at the mobile suit. So this kit is only 13 runners. It is fairly simple. It was a quick build. It was an enjoyable build, but it was not a particularly long or complex build. You can see the entire mobile suit here, with the exception of this one red piece. This is the red clear visor for the kit. I have not installed this because I will paint the whole kit and install this afterwards, and these can be kind of tricky to get back out, especially when you start gluing stuff in. Before we get too far along though, we're going to take a quick look at the decals. So this kit does feature two sheets of decals. The kind of standard clear adhesive decals that you get with most kits, as well as a set of foils, which are also adhesive type. You can see here that there are a few gray pieces that were not properly cast in plastic, and you're going to have to paint. Mostly on the backpack, although you have this one raised section here on the chest, which also needs to be painted. The markings on the kit are pretty standard for what you expect with an Origin kit. A little bit of white lining, some stripes, and plenty of caution decals. So if you like that design, you can certainly put it on yours. Now, let's actually look at the mobile suit. Like I mentioned, this is kind of a quick build. It was a fun build. It has a lot of detail on the kit, a lot of surface stuff, lots of little kind of scribe details, some really nice vents, things of that nature. Lots of verniers, especially on the back here. We have a grand total of 10 verniers on the back, between the dual sets on the legs, the backpack, and the single sets on the upper backpack. And you can see we have some extra little hard points on this arm and this leg for some of the equipment. Unlike the guard type, you have the sniper type's little visor here, along with the mouth guard. So these two can obviously come together like it just demonstrated. He also has this little antenna on the top of his head, which is unique to this specific type. We also have these unique little kneecaps here. I believe the front skirt armor, this gray piece, is also unique to this kit. And then these vernier attachments in the back of the legs, I believe, are also unique. The backpack is also unique for this kit, and his little hand just kind of popped off there. I've been playing around with them a little too much, clearly. So all in, it's a very nice kit. You get a few extra parts, but I'd say you could probably make your own or something very similar to it, just by probably kit bashing some parts from the guard type and the other newly released GM Origin type, which I don't remember the name from, but they have a lot of kind of similar components, and I think you could come with something pretty comparable, that and some green paint, some gray, and you are good to go. So let's take a look at the weapons. You get a single beam saber with this long toothpick here, so you can see the beam saber is pretty long. I like how they've been doing this with the high-grade kits recently. And this can either plug in to the back of the arm here, so you kind of has like the Wolverine style weapon like that, which I think looks a little silly, or of course he can wield the beam saber in the hand, as such. And of course we can unplug this and plug this into the forearm. I believe the intent here is that he can use the beam saber to block incoming melee attacks while he's using his rifle. I think that's the intent at least. We get this special leg component over here, which is not included with the probably standard release of this kit, so he can hold the beam spray gun, which just plugs right into there. Of course, he can also hand wield it, or he can leave it there as kind of a sidearm if he needs it. And then we have probably the main featured weapon of this kit, which is the first version of the beam sniper rifle. Of course, the GM Sniper 2 has a different style, but this one's kind of retro, a little bulbous and round. No real bad seam lines on it, which is always nice to see. And the feature of this sniper rifle is that it can be folded up, so you can pull the barrel out of the front there and kind of stash it under. And then the stock can fold up like that. And then this actually fits into this little hard point that you're provided with, and you can plug this guy into the back skirt so he can carry his rifle around with him without necessarily having to always hold it, which is always kind of a nice little feature. I like being able to see where my mobile suits can hold their equipment when they're busy doing other mobile suity stuff. So before we go ahead and plug that rifle in, let's take a quick look at the articulation of this kit. He is fairly articulate, which is kind of what you would hope for with the high grade. We'll start at the waist, where he can stare right down at the ground if he'd like, which is kind of silly in this pose, but it'll come into play when we need to pull off a sniper pose later. The waist can rotate 360 degrees, as can the head, as you would expect. The head is jointed at the neck, and then there's a ball joint up there. The arms can fold all the way up, just like you would hope. The legs have slightly less articulation, only be able to come about yay far up at the hip, but being able to fold almost all the way back at the knee. There's also some decent articulation at the foot. And as you can see here, when the leg is pulled all the way up, the knee armor is floating on its own, so it can come even further up. And there is actually a little bit of piston looking detail in there, so you can paint that up. Just have that extra little pop of detail if you would like. The articulation on this kit it's good for a HG. It's kind of what I would expect. It's kind of what I hope for. This kit does look very expressive. When you pose him, he can look very aggressive, like he's going to charge at someone. He can pull off a very decent sniper type pose where you pull kind of one knee forward and you push one leg back, and he kind of can sit like that, and then you can just have him hold the rifle. You know, of course the rifle isn't set up properly, but you can see he can definitely pull off a pretty decent kind of kneeling sniper pose. Pop the visor down, he's good to go. The only thing I wish this kit had for this general sniper position is the open hand pose for this hand, so he can kind of hold the front of the barrel. It's a little disappointing to see that he doesn't have it, but of course you can fix this just by going out and buying a Builder's HD part kit and just plugging a aftermarket hand in. It would be nice if that was included. It is included with a lot of other kits, but I'm not really surprised that they kind of skipped over something basic like that. That's pretty common with Bandai. But all in, it's been a very good kit. I'm a little sad that it's P Bandai, of course, because it means that while I got a chance to buy this and really enjoy it, a lot of people probably aren't. But the good news is, you know, there are other kits in this particular line which can do a lot of the same things. They're not going to look exactly like this one, but hey, you know, that's kind of the point of P Bandai after all, right? If you do have a chance to buy this one, I would say go out, try to track it down, especially if you're a fan of the GM. This is definitely my preferred version of the GM Sniper. I didn't really care for the master grade version. It between the 2.0 kind of rounded styling and the lack of detail and the copious amount of kind of off-white that was in that kit, along with the green, it just didn't interest me at all. But this HG, from the moment I saw it, I knew that I wanted it. And it's a really good kit. I really have enjoyed building it, and I can't wait to paint it. So that being said, if you do have a chance to get it, pick it up. If you're on the fence, I'd say it's definitely worth investigating. And if you don't particularly like green, there are other colors of this kit available in the form of the guard and that other type of gym which I mentioned, which I can't remember the name of. But definitely go out and take a look at the origin types. I was a big proponent of the Zaku, and I'm going to be a big proponent of this gym. So, that all being said, again, big thanks to JoJo's Hobby and Stuff, which provided this kit to me for this review. You can go and show them some love. There's a coupon code in the description of this video where you can save 10% off anything in stock with the exception of their loot boxes. And starting on October 28th, this Sunday, that code will actually be bumped up to 12% until the end of the year. So you can get a pretty decent discount on pretty much anything they have in stock, including P Bandai kits, including this kit if you really want it. So, thank you very much for making it all the way through the video, guys. Let me know in the comments, is this a kit that you like? Have you already built the guard type? What did you think of it? What are you hoping for in the gym world? Do you want an aqua gym in the origin line? I don't know if anyone does, but I'm sure there's someone out there who would like to see an aqua gym. So, until the next video, guys, this is Dan. Take care, have yourself a great week, and I'll see you next time.